Aloha, my name is Ben Kaneaiakala here at Phoenix Rising Addiction Center. Again, thank all of you for continuing to follow us and view the video series that I'm doing on steps 1 and now on steps 2. Um, Please pass them along or share them with friends in recovery or anybody you think might find this information useful to them. We are going to start part 8 today of step 2. In the last video, part 7, we're talking about using intellect or self-sufficiency as a way of moving through life and moving through this world. And it's something that we put so much emphasis and so much identity on in our lives today that it prevents us from truly being open to the spirituality of what's available. That's found in a 12-step program. That's found in combinations of a 12-step program and therapy and having mentors and just having people that we can go to as resources to help us make some progress in our lives, in whatever that might be, in whatever struggle that we might be having within our lives, within our families' lives, within our jobs, within just society as a whole, in constantly trying to keep up with the Joneses. And as we find out here in step 1 and then moving into step 2, in finding this power greater than myself, that's what we're talking about here, is coming to believe that there is something and I might need some help in creating or developing what this higher power might be for me. And that's the great thing about a 12-step program, is it doesn't pigeonhole you into a particular path or a particular religion or a particular understanding. It's just, in the beginning, we're just wanting you to find a power that you're okay with, that can help you. And for me, when I first got sober, it was my first sponsor, and it was AA. It was the group. Because I had such a wall and a resistance to God or Jesus or whatever religion I grew up in. It was very difficult for me because I was so angry and I didn't understand. And so that's one of the other things that we also have to look at, is our own upbringing in regards to religion and some of the resentments that we might have around that, in that. And the 12 and 12 here, touches on that about religion. So I'm going to continue the reading. We're on page 30 of step 2. It says, another crowd of us says that we were plumb disgusted with religion and all its works. The Bible, we said, was full of nonsense. We could cite a chapter and verse, and we couldn't see the beatitudes or happiness for the begets. In spots, its morality was impossibly good. In others, it seemed impossibly bad. But it was the morality of the religionists themselves that really got us down. We gloated over the hypocrisy, bigotry, and crushing self-righteousness that clung to so many believers, even in their Sunday best. How we loved to shout the damaging fact that millions of the good men of religion were still killing one another off in the name of God. This all meant, of course, that we had substituted negative for positive thinking. After we came to the program or asking for help or on our journey, we had to recognize that this trait had been an ego-feeding proposition. There's that ego again. In belaboring the sins of some religious people, we could feel superior to all of them. Moreover, we could avoid looking at some of our own shortcomings. Self-righteousness, the very thing that we had contemptuously condemned in others, was our own besetting evil. This phony form of responsibility was our undoing, so far as faith was concerned. But finally driven to the program, we learned better. And that's one of the things that I've learned throughout my sobriety and just, some of those resentments that we have in regards to what they're talking about in regards to God or religion or some of the teachings, and these guys are hypocrites and this and that, and all this type of stuff. And it's just the ego, um, uh, trying to look at the wrong, look at the negative things of what's going on in people, rather than the good works that these people are doing in trying to help other people understand their religion or their God, and what happens is that when we create resentments like this, it then we then become a victim of these resentments. I'm a victim of this. I'm a victim of that. I'm a victim of this. All from the resentment. And then it goes into a sense of entitlement. And then we get entitled. And what comes with entitled is that I then have good justification to continue doing what I'm doing. I have a good excuse, a good manipulation, a good judgment, a good label. That's what resentments do. Point the finger at everybody else except pointing the finger back at me. So we can easily become a victim. We can easily have a sense of entitlement. And that's the kind of path that we're going. And that's all ego. That's all my thinking. That's all the voice in the head. That's all that repetitive thinking, repetitive, useless thinking that I do every day when I spend time on things like that. On the differences rather than the similarities. On the resentments. Me being a victim to circumstances or situations that had happened to me when I was growing up. That's one of the biggest things that we face, or at least I did in my own recovery, was blaming everything that had happened to me, from my upbringing. And using that as an excuse. Blaming my upbringing for what I am today. And not taking responsibility for what I am and what I've done. And I've used all those supposed wrong things that was done to me, traumatic experiences, getting beaten, getting yelled at, whatever it might be, being sexually abused, all of these types of things, and using that to keep me stuck in me being a victim, and then me feeling righteous and me feeling entitled. That I deserve to do this because don't you know what happened to me? I deserve to do this because you know what they did to me? Constantly, that repetitive ego thinking, blaming, the labels that I've come up in result to that, the identities that I've created as a result of it. I've created so many roles and identities around this stuff or this crap, you know what I mean? And it's become the excuse, the rationalization, the justification for me to justify anything that I want to do to help me feel okay with the things that I'm doing. And that's a vicious cycle and a really bad place to be. And that's what we're coming here with in step 2, is coming to believe that those things that I used to hang on to or that I used aren't really going to help me. They haven't helped me. As a matter of fact, what they've done is just created more pain and suffering for me. And we really need to stop doing that. And the good thing about it is that I can't do that for anybody. I can only do that for myself, share my experience, strength, and hope. And maybe through the share, maybe through the work that this person does, that they find that for themselves. And that's the good thing about this whole deal, is that nobody's forcing anybody to do anything. You don't have to do anything that I share. You don't have to follow anything or believe anything that I'm saying. Like, we don't have to. And I'm just here wanting to just share my experience, strength, and hope of what I've gone through in my understanding of the things that we're reading, and the step studies and the tradition studies that I've been in throughout my sobriety, and also my professional experience of working in the industry of addiction. And again, I just want to continue thanking you guys and for following and for watching. And if there's anything else that I can touch on or help with, please let me know, leave a comment, and I'll be more than happy to help out. I hope you guys have a great day. Mahalo.